Hey admins, how we doing out there? I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible today. We are going to cover three issues though. We're going to talk about lodge safety inspections, volunteers for international convention at the catalog sales, at supply house, and at registration, and social media, mainly Facebook, today as well. Uh, First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that takes time to read my emails and watch these videos. Today, I just had someone contact me wanting to know, had no idea that their officers had to be in put into LCL and knew nothing of the lodge safety inspection report when I was contacting them to see when it would be done. Between Moose International and myself, the lodges get plenty of email communications sent to them, and that's keeping the lodges on the right path. So it's very important that we read those. For you that are watching this and pay attention, I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Um, you know, we all should be working together as a team. And when you're talking to other admins at district meetings or state events, remind them they need to be keeping up on their communications. It's important. It will keep the lodge out of trouble a majority of the time if they're watching those communications and keeping an eye on them. So, talking about that, lodge safety inspection reports are due on the 30th, which is this coming early next week. But this is a holiday weekend, and I'm afraid if people forget up to the weekend and haven't done it yet, they're going to forget because they get consumed in the Memorial Day weekend events, and it's a long weekend, and I would hate for people to forget and not get it done. So again, that's in LCL under reports. All lodges must complete that. If you complete that on time, you're going to get $100 credit on your AR statement. So you're going to save $100. So why not go ahead and get it done? If it doesn't get completed on time, the lodge will get a 10% modifier on their risk pool insurance, which basically means it will go up by 10% for not completing that on time. So let's get on that. I've contacted lodges today that haven't completed as of yet. Um, we have about 20 in the state, about half of them up north, about half down the south. So we're kind of split down the middle on that. So let's just please try to get that done and get it in on time so we don't have to worry about it. Uh, Volunteers for Reno. We've had a few people step up, which we do every year. We're still short a few for our association. So if there's anybody going to be in Reno and wants to volunteer working in the supply house, the gift shop area, or registration, I'll be sending another email out again today for request. I'll need some certain information, name, contact phone number, your MID number, when you'll be available. So not when you fly in, when you fly out. So in between when you'll actually be at convention, and I'll also ask if there's anything you have to be at. If there's a certain ticketed event you're going to, and there's a certain time you can't volunteer, I'll ask for that as well. So again, there'll be an email going out. Um, Admins, if you're going, or if you have any officers or anybody going from the lodge, please ask them if they want to volunteer. It's not too terribly tough. Registration is pretty easy. The catalog sales is fairly easy as well. If someone's going to stand at the door, count people going in and out, making sure no one's going in the outdoor. Someone's going to be taking empty baskets and putting them back by the door so as members come in, they can have a basket when they go to shop. And then there'll also be people helping to bag up items. They won't be working the cash register. They're going to assist somebody, and as someone's ringing that up, they're going to put that into bags for them. If any of that stuff is physically not possible for you, they can rearrange things around. So like if you can't stand for very long, they'll give you a seat at the door. They'll give you not a problem if you sit down. All those shifts are only like 2 hours, and that's all they're just asking for for somebody to volunteer one shift. So 2 hours. It's kind of neat. You get to meet people from around the country, so that's kind of interesting. Again, I'll be sending out an email. We just need a couple more volunteers, please. And the last thing I want to talk about is social media. It seems like we have a lot of lodges and chapters with this issue where they're having trouble with their Facebook pages because, the senior region or president or an admin was in charge of the Facebook page and they were the only ones in charge of that page, and now they are now gone, and either we can't get a hold of them or they're being uncooperative and don't want to hand off on to anybody else. I highly suggest on all Facebook pages you have more than one administrator. In Facebook terms, administrator is someone who has full access to the site, has control to do anything. And there should be a few on there. The admin should definitely be on there in lodges. You know, if you have someone who's doing social media for you and you trust them to have control of that, you know, let them on there. Now, when they're an administrator on there, there's a couple of nice things when you have more than one person in charge of that, because if someone should get mad and try to shut the page down, it will ask the other administrators on that page, do we want to shut this page down? And you can say no. They can't just one administrator cannot just delete another administrator once they've been made administrator. If they say, you know, we want, I'm getting Bob Smith off of here, and Bob Smith doesn't need to be off there, ask him first, and he can say, no, no, don't take me off. So there's a checks and balances with that system. So there should be at least a few administrators on the Facebook page. Also, don't create multiples of the same page. If you're a lodge out there and there's 2 or 3 other Facebook pages floating around, you can contact Facebook and have them remove those. There's a procedure to do it. They're going to want to contact the lodge. They're going to make sure you're a real person. They're going to do some investigating, and they can also see if some of those other pages haven't been active for a long time. They'll probably go ahead and shut them down anyways. But if there's more than one page out there, try to get those removed, because we do have members traveling around the country, and they're going to look up a lodge on Facebook. It needs to have the correct hours, recent information, because if they're going to one of those old sites, they may see some bad information. They're like, oh, that lodge hasn't been active in 2 years, I'm not even going to stop by. So we want to make sure they're seeing the most current page and the proper page. That is all I have today. I kept it to 6.5 minutes. You guys all have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.